Hi, are you thinking of designing stunning crinoline fascinators that turns head? Wait, in this quick tutorial video, I'll show you how to create beautiful crinoline spirals the easy and beginner friendly way. Stay tuned till the end of this video to see how simple it is to design elegance with your own hands. So let's begin by measuring the crinoline that we'll be using for this design. This is 3 yards in total, but I'll cut it into two. One will be 2 yards and the other 1 yard. Why am I doing so? I don't just need a straightforward long thing. I want it to be two. So you'll be needing millinery wire for this. First thing to do is to bind your crinoline edges. First you fold it into two, then you bind the edges with your thread and your needle. Yes, secure it and ensure that it's tight. Then put in the millinery wire and sew it together. Make sure that this is firm and secure. Alright, so you take your time while doing this. Remember, this wire is harder, stronger than the crinoline itself, so that's why you have to take your time to secure it very well. As you all know, as crafters and milliners, you take your time to pass your thread through the crinoline and the millinery wire from the beginning of the crinoline to the end, like from this edge to the other edge. You do this neatly, you make it firm and neat. And I'll be using velvet bias. You can use any other bias, but I'm using 1 inch velvet bias so that it will cover this wire well. If you take a good look at it, you see that I'm using the strong, the hard, the bold millinery wire. You can use the flexible one, you can use bouquet wire, you can use copper wire, okay? But to have this bold kind of spiral, this is more suitable. So this is me sewing through my crinoline. So have you subscribed to the Model TV? If you haven't, hit the subscription button now and also turn on all notification so that you get notified whenever I upload a video, because yours truly will always upload interesting videos. And don't forget to like this video and leave a comment for me in the comment section. You may also wish to share the video, save it for reference purposes. Okay, let's get going, and let me come to you again. Please comment, is this helpful? Let me hear from you in the comment section. How do you see the design? Will you be trying it out? Theory, just interact with yours truly. So after the sewing, the next step, that's the step 2, is to spread the gum on your bias. Of course, you can sew this. If you remember the last video I shared, I sewed this with sewing machine. I just run it. It's easier, it's more economical than gum, and that is why you have to use a bigger inch of bias to be convenient for sewing. So I tried sewing this, but realized that this bias is half inch and it's not up to 1 inch, so it's a little bit stressful with the width of the wire that I'm using the hard wire, so it's a bit big, so I had to resort to using gum. But sewing is more economical, so if you want to sew, use the 1 inch bias, don't use this half inch, it will stress you. So after spreading the gum on the bias, you now use it to pipe the crinoline. Ensure that you spread the gum generously and you allow it to dry a little before you press it down. Okay, you need to be careful while doing this. To have a very neat work, you need to take your time and let it dry a little, and be very careful with the gum so it doesn't spread or sprinkle or something, getting it out of the crinoline will be a big work. So do it carefully, and then after that you take your time to press it down to ensure that all parts of the bias and the crinoline are well covered. That's all parts of the crinoline are well covered. you don't leave anything behind. Remember, you hand stitch it, so you have to cover it neatly, and you'll be twisting this thing to the left, to the right, so that is why you have to ensure that it is properly covered and it is neatly covered. Okay, you allow it to dry before you begin to do the spiral, to twist the spiral so that it does not pull off. Okay, for the ending part of this, you have to make sure that it is well covered. If like this bias is not that big, you have to cut another bias, an extra like this, and cover on this other end. Okay, this is exactly what I'm doing here to ensure that the edge, like the beginning, is properly covered, and that is it. You do that neatly and allow it to dry. Let me hear from you in the comment section. Are you learning something? Does this make sense at all? Let me hear from you. Okay, give it a like and a share if possible, also a comment. Okay, this is the finishing part of this, and the next step, which is the step 3, will be to twist the spiral. And I don't want to use my hands only, because I want to have a consistent spiral. Like I want the whole thing to look like the same. I don't know if you understand, so that's why I'm using this thing to wrap it, so that I can have a skeleton of what to work with. Okay, so I'm using the tin to wrap the crinoline. I want all of them to come in the same shape, nothing twisted more than the other. This one is not bigger than the other. Okay, I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So now I will use my hand to twist it more, to have the kind of curve that I'm looking for. But this way, if you look at it closely, you will see that the twists are just uniform. Okay, except for the first one that I intentionally want it to be smaller. The other twists are just the same width. Okay, one is not bigger than the other. So that is the essence of using the tin. So you can use any container of that is the shape, the width of what you want your spiral to look like, to wrap it, to have a kind of skeleton, a kind of shape that you desire. Then you now use your hand to curve, to twist, following that width. So this is it. Just with your hands, you make this magical twist, which is known as spiral. So our spiral fascinator is ready, very ready. So I've done this for these two yards. I'll do the same for the other 1 yard. Okay, then I'll bring them together to form a fascinator. This is how the spiral looks like. As you can see, it's unique, isn't it? Let me hear from you in the comment section. So I'm doing this for the 1 yard. This is it. I'll still do the same thing. It's the same process. Okay, because I want them to be exactly the same. I don't want anything different. Okay, it's just the same. Also, why was I doing this? I wanted to show you that you can actually make any design with this thing. Now, once you pipe your crinoline, your attached millinery wire, you can use it to make the trending face fascinator. You can use it to make ring fascinator. Any kind of design is possible once you attach your millinery wire to the crinoline. All you need to do is just to play around with it. You twist it, you bend it, you curve it. It can give you anything you so desire. So this is it. The two strands are ready. I was just looking at how to place them. Okay, you can make one to stand, you can, you just play with this whole thing and bring out the best of the best, like in your eye. Remember, you are the creator, so it's up to you to decide which is best for you. So that is what it is. Let's bind it. Let's bind it together. Let's sew it. Don't mind my English, at times English finish. So let's sew it up using thread and needle, and then I'll be using candle gum to attach it to the Alice band. But before then, let's wrap the Alice band with the velvet bias. You may decide not to wrap it. The black is still fine. Okay, definitely once the black enters your head and your hair, it's lost. All that will be seen is the fascinator. But recently, wrapping the Alice band is a trend, so you follow the trend. Okay, let's wrap it up. It's simple, as you can see. So if you do not know how to wrap your Alice band, follow this up. It's very simple. Okay, just use your gum where appropriate and finish it up. Then we use candle gum machine and attach it. So with this fascinator is radio. How many minutes? It's simple, very simple, yet very, very unique. So let's attach this to the Alice band. While doing this, you need to determine where you want the curls, the curves to fall to, how you want it to look like before you do this, because once you remove this thing, you put the candle gum, removing it can damage the crinoline, so you need to be sure of what you're doing. So I've done that. I've attached it to the Alice band, and I'm still using the same velvet bias to cover it up. Of course, you must finish your work neatly. You can as well use brooch, use rose, anything, trimmings for this. Okay, but for me, this velvet bias is okay. I just want it to be very simple, no much ado. Okay, so this is how the fascinator looks like. Do you like this? Let me hear from you in the comment section. Is it simple, as simple as I made it look? So let's hear from you there. Take a look. This is unique. Love you. See you in my next video.